Hey guys, nothing important here, and today we're here to do Q&A episode 4. I'm finally back in the groove of doing this, so I guess we're going to get to work and quickly. First you're wondering why I have these two polls here. So I was gonna post this last night, but I put a poll up, and turns out people want exotic weapon stuff. Granted, it's only been last night, but it's pretty clear people think that built stuff is a bit oversaturated on YouTube, and it's not just me. So I guess I'll have to start posting exotic reviews. Another thing, I found that over half my audience is newcomers to Destiny lore, and right under half, at least from the ones who voted, are Destiny lore guardians. So Uh, it's pretty clear that there's newcomers to Destiny, probably from my previous content before I went into Destiny. So I guess we're gonna have to do the new light thing, where I go and take topics and answer them as questions. I can probably do Q&A like twice a month as a substitute, so I can get a bunch of questions that way then. So, okay. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to questions. So, this is from a few months ago, so a bit on the nose, but that was me who asked about Anos versus Crota. Pretty sure Crota just one-shots. If Anos has something to keep up with Crota, that'd be awesome, but pretty sure Crota just one-taps. Uh, Paracausal Perfect Cell sounds terrifying as all hell, let's be honest. It's pretty much Cars if he was good. Let's see, on Discord. Can't remember where I stopped, so we'll just start here. Here's a puppy. Can a traveler successfully teach the puppy how to use the light and slay orcs? Yes, because a traveler outscales orcs. Straight up. Would the last city now survive invasion from the Black Fleet? Uh, Not gonna lie, the last city survived because the witness's attention was on the traveler, and just that alone. That's the sad part. Multiple questions in one comment. Anna Bray versus Shin Malphur. Let's see. I mean, Anna Bray is a fighter, but Shin Malphur does that stuff more, so we can probably give it to him via Golden Gun, Last Word, Combat Experience. He's just a better hunter. Empress Keitel versus Mars Sov. If we give Keitel prep, then she probably wins. If we give Mars Sov prep, she would also probably win. They're more or less equal to the other, but their strengths apply in different places because Keitel is physically dominant as a Cabal, whereas say Marasov, while being weaker, has really nasty hacks. I guess the conversation would more or less depend on what part of the expansion we're talking about. Where would Archie Sonic scale in Destiny? I'm pretty sure a goblin would just find him and stomp on him, and that's it. Where would Trash Tree enemies scale at in Destiny? Uh, let's see. Well, it depends. If we're talking about Ascendant Trash, then High Universal, but those are Throne World stuffs. You have like infinite dimensional Vex inside the Pyramidion. I don't like arguing infinite dimensional goblins. Mm, I mean, you can definitely get away with it for sure, but you know, like the infinite dimensional Vex. You know, those decks come by around the Pyramidion era and the Vault of Glass and Infinite Forest era. Like you have to scale really high in the Vex to be infinite dimensional. So it's not like every single thing that walks and breathes is infinite dimensional. That might be possible Wink, although the thing is Guardians are high hyperversal. Uh, just trash Guardians. And then there's also the fact that the Cloud Arc uses an nth dimensional fold. An nth dimensional fold is a variable fold, which with Destiny would have to be infinite dimensional because the context is that it works with Vex tech. So infinite dimensional, nth dimensional folds being used more or less lines up with the Pyramidion storytelling, and that lines up with Brachian coming back and just being even stronger. Let's see. How do our Guardians even individually get stronger, as well as getting amped by forming fire teams? How much is a comparison to the fire team amp? So, Guardians get stronger in multiple ways. So first off, they have absorption. They have like they can absorb more or less anything in existence and not suffer a consequence from it. So they can just freely absorb energy on the fly. It could be any energy. They can absorb it. No, I'm serious. Uh, if you check the Season of Opulence lore, Callus just straight up compares the Guardians' absorption to something boundless. So, ignoring that, there's also the Demiurge. The Demiurge is something all races have. Hive gets stronger, intrinsically with the sword logic. Light is equal to dark, so we can get similar amps just from that alone, because of the principle of light and dark existing in a symmetry. We can also use the Atheon fight and the Oryx fight to show that Guardians get stronger. Now, the whole fire team thing, we'll probably be told more about it in Final Shape era, but it goes like this. The light, you can either call it the bomb logic or the coup logic. I've been convinced with the argument that we have bomb logic because it's part of what the light is. It's part of how we killed Oryx. Bomb logic. Uh, it does. It doesn't really matter to me specifically what you call it because the coup logic is more or less the same. The term coup mostly refers to the fact that things live in harmony. So, like, you can say that's not the word you use. That's fine. We can still call it bomb logic because that's what the light uses. It's just the thing is, whatever you want to call it, the gardener did create a philosophy that is equal to sword logic. So, either we'll be told more about it and we know nothing about it right now, and we just have a couple names to use, or we found out the answer a long time ago, turned out to be bomb logic, and coup logic may have just been a pronoun. So, that's the best way to answer your question. Last question, where would I put the MC in Marvel and DC? So, uh, for what I've been talking to some of the DC scalers about, Nezarec seems to scale around TDK, so how far below Nezarec the MC scales would be where he'd go in DC. So, I mean, maybe Preamp, Wonder Woman, and maybe below that. We don't really know, at least for DC. I've been able to get away with Oryx still outscaling Darkseid and Anti-Monitor via Crota. So, it's a toss-up, definitely, for, DC. For Marvel, uh, let's see. I've been talking to someone about God of Stories Loki versus Savathun or Rasputin. But I honestly don't know in comparison to Marvel. Uh, I tried doing Marvel collabs a while back, but I just couldn't find anyone for doing those. So I mostly do Destiny and DC collabs. So that's all I can really say about that for now. Uh, 1A Tolkien verse. I don't know anything about Tolkien verse. Do you think humans or the other races besides Hive would qualify to escape causality by Oryx's definition of understanding the deep or the sky? Oryx is as powerful as he is because he's as mastered in the philosophy of sword logic as he is. We understand the sky to the extent that we do now, the main character does. And we've been able to get this strong because we've realized that we're able to use dark and light and then not only have those things but use it in harmony, which is a new concept the Guardians found in Witch Queen era. Uh, so harmony actually outskills both light and dark as a fundamental existence, as the one using it, because they're able to use the two with no consequence and complete mastery of all things they use, from light and dark. So, uh, in order to get stronger with those, with light and dark, you have to understand them more fundamentally, but you have to have them to get stronger with them. You need to get them in the first place, which you could either get that from the Witness, who seems to be an agent of the Winnower. We don't know yet. And then there's also the Traveler, which can give you the light. So then there's also the Veil, which you can use Strand at the risk of killing yourself, assuming you're not immortal. So there is also the Veil on Neomuna. Favorite story, Season of Seraph, hands down. What level of durability? Uh, if we do a spitball calc of that, it's somewhere in building level to building plus. So, I mean, how long has this been? Like 12 minutes? Alright, that's cool. If you guys want me to do more stuff like this, I'll do this stuff like twice a month, Fridays or Saturdays, depending on which day is better. Uh, that'll give you time to ask questions. So, my name's Nothing Important here, and I hope y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.